Hello, I'm Dallas Aguiar, an accredited claims agent at Chisholm Kilpatrick, and I'm here with Michael Estrito, a managing attorney. Today, we're going to talk about whether you can get VA benefits for obesity. Please like and subscribe this video if you find it useful. So, according to a VA and Department of Defense report, 78% of veterans are overweight or obese. Many veterans attribute their obesity to their service or a service-connected disability. Mike, can these veterans get VA compensation for obesity?
No.
Okay, that concludes our video. No, we're just kidding.
Yeah, it's not that simple.
Yeah.
And so VA does not recognize it as true obesity as a disability for compensation purposes. But VA does consider obesity as a risk factor for other conditions. A January 2017 memo from VA's Office of General Counsel stated that obesity may be an intermediate step, as it calls it, between a service-connected disability and a current disability that may be service-connected on a secondary basis.
So, how does obesity function as an intermediate step?
So OGC outlined basically a three-part test. First, did a service-connected disability cause the veteran to become obese? If the answer is yes, then was the obesity a substantial factor in the veteran developing a non-service-connected disability? And then finally, is it true that the veteran's non-service-connected disability would not have occurred but for that obesity?
Okay, great. Mike, can you give us an example of this in action?
Sure. So a service-connected back injury, for example, may cause inactivity, leading to obesity, which then results in diabetes or sleep apnea. Those new conditions may now be eligible for compensation through secondary service connection.
Okay, so even treatment of a service-connected disability can cause obesity. Could you walk us through an example of that, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. So psychiatric conditions like PTSD often require medication. Some medications can cause weight gain as a side effect. If the veteran becomes obese as a result of their medication, they could develop conditions like diabetes. VA recognizes the chain of service connection, which is primary condition, PTSD, to obesity, to secondary condition, in this case diabetes, with the veteran receiving compensation for the secondary condition. Another example might be surgery. Let's say you have a service-connected back issue, right? You have a surgery to repair it. Convalescence leads to obesity. Then that obesity, in turn, may lead to secondary conditions.
Okay. So, what are some other secondary conditions that are commonly caused by obesity?
So these are just some examples. It's not exhaustive, but we see diabetes type 2, hypertension, sleep apnea, and so those are some. Also, we have heart disease and certain cancers.
Okay. So, Mike, what practical tips can we give veterans who are pursuing a claim related to obesity?
So veterans should clearly document how obesity is linked to their service-connected condition and their secondary condition. They should also obtain strong medical opinions. Remember that the nexus letters should describe the condition as least as likely as not. And consider asking an independent medical examiner to include research demonstrating the connections, to head off VA examiners who might be dismissive or include incomplete assessments as to obesity's role in the veteran's conditions. Provide lay statements detailing how obesity has impacted their ability to work or perform daily activities. That's another critical piece of evidence that veterans can do themselves, and in most cases, they're competent to describe their symptoms.
Absolutely. So, for more information, we encourage you to check out our videos and blog posts on secondary service connection. And if you're struggling with a claim involving obesity or a related secondary condition, it may be a good idea to consult a VA accredited attorney or a representative who understands what VA looks for and has experience moving these cases forward. Thank you and take care.